Good evening. The time is now 6:31. We will reconvene our regular board meeting. And if I could ask Board Member Paulson to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
And please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Paulson. Roll call. Let the record reflect that all board members are present. And we'll move to item C.
I didn't know there was no cruise plan this week.
No, not this week. Item C4, report out of closed session. In closed session, the board took action to approve the recommendation for appointment of Elise Jimenez as elementary school principal beginning July 1st, 2023 by a vote of 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Jimenez.
President Olson, board members, Dr. Ibarra, and cabinet, I'd like to thank each of you for entrusting me as the new leader of the Pioneer Pumas. I am honored and humbled at the opportunity to join the Pumas staff, students, and families. I'm looking forward to a great year. Thank you, and go Pumas.
Fantastic. President Olson, if I could take this time to just recognize our exiting principal, Melina Kwan, who I know was a difficult decision for her, but she did, her family is moving out of state, unfortunately, to take care for a relative, but I did want to recognize her and thank her for bringing Pioneer to where it is today, and she will truly be missed. And Elise Jimenez, thank you so much. We're excited to have you as well. Okay.
In closed session, the board took action to approve the recommendation for appointment of David Chambers as middle school assistant principal beginning July 1, 2023 by a vote of 5-0. Congratulations.
I don't do paper anymore, so. Good evening, President Olson, board, Dr. Ibarra, and cabinet. My name is David Chambers, and I'm delighted to accept the appointment as the middle school, as the assistant principal at Hidden Valley Middle School. I'm coming to Escondido Union from Murrieta Valley, where I spent the last 15 years serving students, families, and staffs. And I can't wait to get to know, meet, greet, and work side by side with the families and the rest of the staff here at Escondido Union School District, but more specifically at Hidden Valley Middle School. Go Raiders.
Congratulations, Mr. Chambers. In closed session, the board took action to approve the recommendation for appointment of Vicki Carroll as middle school assistant principal beginning July 1, 2023 by a vote of 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Carroll.
Good evening, President Olson, board, and Dr. Ibarra. My name is Vicki Carroll. I'm delighted to accept this position of assistant principal. I'm coming to Escondido Unified School District from Poway and look forward to meeting the students, the staff, the community of my new school. I'm eager to challenge myself in this position and collaborate with fellow site leaders and be part of this family. Go Mission.
Congratulations. In closed session, the board took action to approve the recommendation for appointment of Aaron Acero as program specialist, special education, beginning July 1, 2023 by a vote of 5-0. Congratulations.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Ibarra, and cabinet. I am honored to accept this position of program specialist and be a part of the district leadership. I really look forward to this new opportunity to serve our students, families, and staff in this new role. Thank you.
Congratulations. In closed session, the board took action to approve the recommendation for appointment of Natalie Jensen as Project Specialist 3, Attendance and Behavior Support, beginning August 15th, 2023, by a vote of 5-0. Congratulations.
Good evening, President Olson, Board, and Dr. Ibarra. My name is Natalie Jensen, and I'm honored to accept the position of Project Specialist. I always want to say the other one. I'm excited to I'm excited to serve our community, and I do that with a daily commitment to help provide the best possible education for all of our students. I thank you for this opportunity, and I can't wait to work with our teams to assist them in collaboration so that we can make this school year a phenomenal one. Thank you. And my voice always shakes, that won't stop.
In closed session, the board considered a separation of agreement of confidential employee 139304 and took action to accept the agreement with an effective date of October 31st, 2023 by a vote of 4-1. Do we have a motion for the approval of this evening's agenda?
I'll move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise of hands. Record reflect the motion passed 5-0. Item C6, approval of tonight's minutes, or of the previous minutes for June 22nd.
Move approval of the minutes of the June 22nd, 2023 meeting.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor by the raise of hands. Let the record reflect the motion passes 5-0. I do not have any speakers cards. Is that correct, Michelle? Correct. There are no public hearings. I do not see any representatives. Written communications have been distributed, if any. All right, moving on to our consent calendar. Do we have any items that want to be pulled for separate consideration? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move approval of the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please vote. Let the record reflect the motion passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, item N1. Mr. McGuire, I believe.
Yes. This item would be to, every year we must bring back before the board asking for authority to collect the property or the Mello-Roos tax for a previously instituted CFD. And so this one has already been on the books for 2 years. This would be the third year in its existence. And like I said, we must come back before you every year to ask for approval to collect the tax for the upcoming year, which would happen in October.
Any question? Any questions or discussion?
I just have a comment. I voted originally against Mello-Roos assessment. I don't believe in that tax, but because we are not collecting our regular property taxes, I will vote in favor of this item.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner.
Move approval of item N1, resolution 2324-01. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor by the vote of hands, raise of hands. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Mr. Paulson, item N2.
Item N2 regarding educational services, case number 2021-22-04, move for reinstatement as recommended.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. It requires a roll call vote. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Aye.
Ms. Gardner?
Aye.
Mr. Houston?
Aye.
And Mark Olson votes aye. Motion passes 5-0.
Regarding item N3, educational services, case number 2021-22-23, move for reinstatement as recommended.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Aye.
Ms. Gardner?
Aye.
Mr. Houston?
Aye.
And Mark Olson votes aye. Thank you.
Item N4 regarding educational services, case number 2022-23-07, move for reinstatement as recommended.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Mr. Paulson, is that,
Yeah,
which one is
that's the correct one.
Yes.
Oh, 7.
12-12?
Okay, on our agenda, it's 23-07 is the item that we're on.
Okay.
Item N4. We
Okay.
did them out of
Sorry
order,
about
but
that.
this is
Yeah, we did.
item N4.
That's right, sorry about that.
So I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Michelle, are we good?
Yes, we
Okay. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Aye.
Ms. Gardner?
Aye.
Mr. Houston?
Aye.
And Mark Olson votes aye. 5-0.
Regarding item N5, Ed Services case number 2022-23-12, move to extend expulsion with review prior to November 12th, with the possibility of a TREC placement for second trimester if student demonstrates no further disciplinary situations in JCCS.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Aye.
Ms. Gardner?
Aye.
Mr. Houston?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well, for a vote of 5-0.
And item N6, case number 2022-23-13, move to reinstate student to a TREC program at a different school site of the district's choice.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. Ms. Harper?
Aye.
Mr. Paulson?
Aye.
Ms. Gardner?
Aye.
Mr. Houston?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. 5-0 is the vote. Thank you. All right, item 01.
Item 01 is a first read for Board Policy 4030, and this reflects the new law which adds reproductive health decision-making as a form of prohibited discrimination.
Any questions or discussion? Just the first reading, is that correct?
Well, you could waive the second reading and approve.
I'll make a motion to approve Policy Board 4030, Board Policy 4030,
And waive the second reading,
and waive the second reading.
just to clarify. Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve and waive the second reading. All in favor by raise of hands? Let the record reflect the motion passes 5-0. Thank you all. All right. Item P1, board members and board presidents' reports. We'll start with Ms. Harper.
Thank you. I attended with Board Member Paulson. We visited Del Dios to check out their summer school program and how that was running, and with the kid, visiting some of their classes and what the topics were was very interesting. I think it was really well run. The students seemed to be engaged in it. We walked in on the real world math lesson, and they were creating a lot of conservatives because they were talking a lot about taxes. So I'm sure they'll update that lesson, but it was they were really engaged, and the students enjoyed. It seemed like they were enjoying what they were doing. We did Doug. And then we also did this new 3D drawing. You had to line up correctly with the computer, but when you did line up correctly with the computer, it was like you had 3D glasses on. But you didn't have to have the glasses on, and if you didn't line up, it gave you a headache and made you want to go home. But it was really cool. Like, they could take apart the heart and hide pieces, show pieces, see how it all worked together. So they had a lot of applications they were doing with that.
So virtual?
Very virtual, yes. Yeah, they had a little stylus they were, drawing in the air with, and it was very engaging. So they seemed to be putting on a great program over at Del Dios.
I guess they'll be doing frogs that way, too.
I think there was a frog option, absolutely. There was I think there was a horse and something else. There was a lot. So that was my report.
Yeah.
Mr. Paulson.
I also visited Del Dios Middle School summer school, and I was very pleased to see the students engaged in a discussion on responsible government, responsible taxation, and ensuring a responsible public service, which aligned perfectly with my liberal viewpoints. And what I am looking forward to very much is from all of our ELOP programs, our enrichment programs, all of our summer school programs, the wheel. I'm looking forward to seeing some data, some solid data showing how those programs are resulting in increased academic achievement for our students and improved outcomes. You know, we're very focused as a district, and I like this. I'm very supportive of this, of many enrichment opportunities. And I recognize that those enrichment opportunities are valuable, but they're not the end. They're not what our end product is. Our end product is the outcome for the student as evidenced by increases in academics and success as they move on to the junior high school level and the next grade level. So I am just very interested to see our data as we track students who go through our summer school program, and we track them as individuals and as a cohort, that we be able to show academic improvement. Because if we can't, then everything that we're seeing doesn't have the value that we would want. And the same with all of our enrichment programs, the wheel programs that we're doing. You know, we're going to see our teachers working intensively to improve student outcomes, and we just need, I just look forward to seeing how we are going to measure the time that we have freed up for the cycles of inquiry. How are we going to measure its success? And we have to measure its success, and we have to see success, or we need to try something else. And the same with our after-school programs. We need to be looking at that data and owning it. Not just the good data, not interested in just seeing the good data, all of the data, and whatever it is, we own it, and we make sure that that data is going in an upward spiral, or we find something else to do. I hope that made sense.
Thank you, Mr. Paulson. Ms. Gardner.
A lot to think about. Well said. I was able to attend the school services presentation on the finalized state budget, and I will, with some trepidation, I look forward to what's ahead. We're solvent, and the future is bright for this coming year. I hope it will continue. But I appreciate the caution that we practice with our finances. So thank you for that.
Can second that. Thank you, Ms. Gardner. Mr. Houston.
I have no report. I just wanted to bounce off of what Doug was saying, is I completely agree. There needs to be some type of way to make sure that we are moving in that positive direction, but also be able to look at it, the raw data, so that we can say, yeah, this is something that the investment was not only worth it, but it actually has made our students better for it. So that's just something I just wanted to kind of throw my 2 cents in also. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll keep it brief. I'm just excited. I'm not sure the students are excited, but I'm excited for school to get going again. I'm tired. I need my kids back in school. I'm exhausted. This is actually vacation for me, if you can believe it. Like, coming to a board meeting is vacation. But
Keeps
it's-
it quiet.
That's right. It's quiet, it's cool, it's not 127 degrees. No, it's good to be with everyone. Congratulations to the new appointees. I'm excited to get to know you and wish you all the best in this new school year and your new endeavors. With that, Dr. Ibarra or any cabinet members have any reports?
No, just a big thank you to our classified folks, especially our maintenance and operations department, who've been very busy. Well, many of us have been on vacation. They've been hard at work cleaning their classrooms, getting a lot of the projects completed. And we do have an event tomorrow that all board members are invited, kind of for our custodial folks at Farr Elementary School, where we're doing kind of a luncheon with them, and it'd be great if you had some time to come over. I believe they'll have carne asada, so about 11:30.
And the time was?
11:30? Yeah, 11:30 at Farr Elementary School. So, but yeah, looking forward to the school year. A lot of work has gone into this. I think a lot of work is going to continue to go into this as we approach the first day of school. All right, and congratulations to our new appointees and our administrators. Thank you.
All right. With that, we will return to closed session. For those who are not, thank you all and have a good evening.